Rangers' win over Hibs may have lifted the mood around Ibrox, but it also left behind a talking point that refuses to go away. One notable name was missing from the starting lineup on Monday night, and with a crucial trip to Tynecastle looming, that decision has sparked fresh debate about what comes next. As attention turns to Hearts and the wider title picture, developments involving Nicolas Raskin are now firmly under the spotlight. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers' narrow victory over Hibs on Monday night delivered far more than just 3 points. A patched up side, missing several established starters, found a way to grind out a 1-0 win thanks to Emmanuel Fernandez's first half strike. In the context of a faltering title race elsewhere, it was a result that suddenly shifts the mood and the momentum, pushing Rangers firmly back into contention ahead of Sunday's trip to Tynecastle. One of the more eye-catching aspects of the team selection, however, was the absence of Nicolas Raskin from the starting 11. The Belgian midfielder was named among the substitutes, but his omission raised eyebrows given his importance to Rangers' balance and intensity in the middle of the park. While Danny Rowe opted to manage minutes and rotate his resources, there is a growing sense that Raskin's situation may not be as straightforward as a simple rest. Keith Jackson believes there could be an underlying concern that Rangers supporters have yet to fully grasp, suggesting the midfielder may be carrying a minor injury. Writing this week, the experienced journalist warned that Rowe could be facing some uncomfortable decisions ahead of a demanding fixture in Edinburgh. Without first picks John Souttar and Derek Cornelius, Rowe's last line looks like an accident waiting to happen, Jackson wrote. He also lost Nicolas Raskin from his midfield. The Belgian may be carrying a small knock, but his presence will be essential on Sunday if Rangers are to have any hope of holding their own against an impressive Hearts midfield. Those words underline just how crucial Raskin has become to this Rangers side. With Clinton Enciala expected to partner Fernandez at the heart of the defence at Tynecastle, protection in front of the back line will be vital. Raskin's ability to press, recover possession, and dictate tempo offers a level of control that few others in the squad can replicate, particularly in a hostile away environment. That importance is all the more striking given how his season began. Under previous management, Raskin found himself frozen out and on the periphery, his future in Glasgow uncertain. Yet through resilience and performance, he forced his way back into contention, not only re-establishing himself at club level, but also earning recognition on the international stage with Belgium. That journey has reinforced his standing as one of Rangers' most reliable midfield operators. Against Hibs, Raskin was introduced for the final 15 minutes as Rangers protected their lead and managed the game. It was a reminder that even at less than full capacity, his influence is felt. The fact Rangers secured maximum points without hitting top gear only added to the satisfaction of the night. The broader picture is equally encouraging for Rowe. Key figures such as Raskin, James Tavernier, and Bojan Miovski were all spared heavy workloads, leaving them fresh for the challenge at Hearts. Miovski in particular looks revitalised under the current regime and is expected to be fully fit for the trip to Edinburgh, where a positive result could reshape the entire campaign. Whether Raskin is nursing a slight knock or was simply managed carefully, the conclusion feels unavoidable. Rangers need him at Tynecastle. In a fixture that will test their composure, structure, and ambition, his presence could be decisive. Small injury or not, Nicolas Raskin simply has to play. In other news, Danny Rowe has been given a clear recommendation over the type of young talent Rangers should be targeting in the January transfer window, with Norway midfielder Jens Hjertodal emerging as a standout option. The 20-year-old Tromsø midfielder has been attracting growing interest across Europe, with clubs in England monitoring his progress closely ahead of the new year. His contract situation only adds to the intrigue, with his current deal running until 2027, meaning any move would require a firm commitment from an interested side. Despite that, Héarto Dahl is viewed as a player whose ceiling more than justifies the investment. Former Aberdeen, Aston Villa and Everton chief executive Keith Weenas believes Rangers should be moving decisively to secure the Norwegian signature, describing him as exactly the profile the Ibrox club ought to be targeting under Roll's leadership. Weenas, who now operates as a football consultant advising clubs at the top level of the game, has spoken glowingly about Héarto Dahl after sounding out his own contacts within the sport. "I checked on him with my contacts and he is highly thought of," Weenas said. "He's had some good performances, not only at club level, but for the international team as well. And I think he is exactly the type of player. Of course, I'm not in Danny Roll's head, but from what I can see, he fits that role type of player." Rangers are expected to reshape their squad in January, with Roll set to have a major influence on recruitment plans. Midfield is an area that could see movement, particularly if interest elsewhere materializes in key players. There is a growing sense that any significant incoming deal in that area could also open the door for departures, should the right offer arrive. From a financial perspective, Wines believes Héarto Dahl represents a calculated but sensible outlay, particularly given Rangers' long-standing model of developing and selling talent. "I think he's going to cost about $3.5 million, $3.5 to $4 million, he explained. "I think he would be the right type of young signing. He's 20 years old. Again, a talent would come in, as we discussed, from internationally. They could then sell him on." Crucially, Wines is convinced the midfielder has the attributes to adapt quickly to the demands of Scottish football and make an impact at Ibrox. "I would see him going quite well," he added. "I think he's got the real thing. And so, yes, that's exactly the sort of target they should be looking at. We'll see if that comes true, but he's the one they should be grabbing, in my opinion." With January approaching and Rangers keen to balance immediate improvement with long-term value, Héarto Dahl's name is likely to remain firmly in the conversation, as Roll looks to put his stamp on the squad. As Rangers edge closer to the January window, the focus for Roll and the club's recruitment team appears to be firmly on identifying players who can contribute now while also retaining strong long-term value. Héarto Dahl fits that brief neatly, combining youth, top-level potential, and the kind of profile that could thrive under the current rebuild at Ibrox. Whether Rangers choose to act on that recommendation remains to be seen, but with competition building and key decisions looming in midfield, the coming weeks are likely to be decisive. If Roll is intent on reshaping his squad in his own image, moves of this nature could prove central to how Rangers evolve in the second half of the season and beyond. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.